You've been drinking. You've been drinking.
You've been drinking.
You've been drinking.
Hey, go ahead. We're up. We're here.
You are watching Sipping Off the Cuff on TequilaAficionado.com, part of Tequila Aficionado Media. I'm Alex Perez in Southern California, and this is...
I'm Mike Morales here, and I am the anti-Houston Astros fan.
Yes.
Asterisks. All right. Vacate. You, the city of Houston, vacate. Alex, we have a special treat tonight. I'm so happy. The folks who produced this moved heaven and earth to get this to us. You have never seen this. This is probably its first appearance in the United States. It's fairly new in Mexico. It's called General Gorostieta. Say that real fast 5 times. It's very difficult. I'm going to go on record right now, Alex, and just say that I got to nominate this one for brand of promise and packaging for tequila. Look at this.
It's like a tuxedo.
Yeah.
A tuxedo box. Look at that.
Well, it's a uniform. It's like a uniform. It's named after a. All of this is in Spanish. So you'll see, for those of you who are listening to us on all of our networks, you probably can't see this, but you're listening to us on the podcast. The inside tells the story of the general who was one of the youngest generals during the Cristeros Wars in Mexico. He was made a general, a brigadier general at age 24.
Wow.
And it's a whole fantastic story. It's not a battle that's very well studied, apparently. If you go to their website, the website is Tequila. I believe it's tequilagg.com, if I'm not mistaken. But you can find them on Instagram. Okay, find them on Instagram. They'll tell you where the link is for their website. Now, here's the other thing too. We're gonna kind of flip this around, and we're gonna taste it first, and then tell you a little bit more background on it, okay? Because as you can see, we haven't even popped cork on this thing. Now, this is a tequila Joven, okay? This is a mark, an expression that's rarely used anymore, because you can either do it very well or you can mess it up.
Right.
And this is the reason I chased these folks and asked them to send this to us is because the distillery is Gnome 1414, which, if you've been following us at all the last 19 years, you know that Gnome 1414 is one of our favorite distilleries. It's Casa Vivanco, Feliciano Vivanco y Asociados. They also call it other names, Casa Viva Mexico. And the reason we love this tequila, this distillery, is they use the Mozart method of tequila fermentation. Look at the cork on this thing.
See the bubbles?
Yes. Look at that cork.
Synthetic cork, but yeah, beautiful top.
Beautiful top. I'm going to pour mine right now in my jarrito tumbler. This is the one for tequila. And if you don't know much about the Joven expression, a Joven is typically a Blanco that is blended either with an Añejo, a Reposado, or an Extra Añejo. In this one, according to the website in Spanish, again, this is blended. This is a Blanco blended with a Reposado. And
colorless or clear, platinum.
It's got a tint. It's tinted. It's tinged.
I can't with this light.
Yeah, I don't have the greatest light either, but maybe you guys can see that. It will have a pale straw color.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. And you can see it in the bottle as well. The bottle is really clear. They don't hide anything. The bottle is just beautiful etching for the logo right here. This is a hand etched logo. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful packaging, beautiful look to it. Very, I think it's a very worthy of a like I say, a brand of promise nominee in the packaging category. It's beautiful.
I agree.
Alex, the tears and the legs are rather clingy. They're not runny, but very uniform all the way around the glass. Alex is using his Glencairn.
Yeah, I love my Glencairns.
Okay, well let's see what we get. Oh, baked agave, man, right off the bat. At least for me, anyway. I'm on this end.
No, it definitely baked agave. Not a big nose.
No.
But definitely just baked agave for me.
Yep. Now, this is, again, it's a Joven, so it's not a Cristalino, it's not a Blanco Suave, which is just barely aged in wood and then pulled out before it has to be called a Reposado. This is a Joven, so it's a blend. And we'll tell you a little bit more about who the master distiller is on this once we get a taste of it. A
little pepper. Baked agave and pepper. White pepper.
Yep.
I'm going for it.
Let's do it.
Enough of the teasing.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is bright.
Wow.
There's oh gosh, I'm speechless. This tequila, the agave is according to the website, the agave has to be about 6 or 7 years old before it's being harvested. It is baked in stone ovens, mamposteria, the stone and brick ovens. So it is not an autoclave. That's just beautiful.
Mineral. Medium, long finish.
There's the pepper you were talking about earlier, but it's on the back of the palate.
Right. Not spicy. Wow. It's actually a little mild.
Yeah, the barrel spiciness is there because the reposado that it's aged in is American white oak barrels, and then this is blended together and aged one more time from what if I read the website correctly. It is so agave forward though. You're not losing any of the agave at all.
And dry. It's dry on my palate.
It's dry. They're saying it's American oak barrels. Having been to Casa Vivanco, I know that they use whiskey barrels, but maybe they were using bourbon for this one.
Maybe.
But
I don't get any sweetness from the barrel.
No, the sweetness. If I get any sweetness at the front end, it's probably from the agave, from the baked agave.
You know, what I'm getting to is a little bit of brininess.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of character, and it's a full body too, Alex. This Joven, it's very it's almost like the best of both worlds. The blend is really precise. It's balanced. Let's put it that way. Let me just say.
Yeah, and being that it's the color is blanco, it's a little deceiving, you know.
Well, it's not. Again, it's a very, very pale tint,
right?
And very different from the only other Joven I've ever had is from Casa Noble, and one of the older Jovens that, if you remember, they used to make in the porcelain bottles, and you know they have but their Joven was done in French oak, so it would always have that characteristic Casa Noble, but this one is so different. Let me tell you some background in this, okay?
Yeah, it's kind of have like an old world profile, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's very well. I think again it's reminiscent from the namesake. Because if you can read Spanish, everything is in Spanish on the website. The information we got, the stuff inside the box. I believe that they want to come into the United States. They're not here yet, so they moved heaven and earth to get this to us.
Beautiful.
The master distiller on this is Ana Maria Romero Mena.
Whoa.
Yeah, right. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, she is responsible for Volcán de mi Tierra that did they have a Blanco and they have a Cristalino.
Ana Maria Romero.
Yep. They give you a little flyer. They give you a little flyer on the inside. And this little flyer, what it does is it's a serving suggestion. She tells you, and I can tell that these are her instructions because she does a lot of wine pairing as well. She tells you what to pair it with,
even what you like,
at what temperature you should serve it. Let it open for 15 minutes, and we didn't do that. You saw us break it open right away. We probably are doing it a disservice, but I got to tell you, even just opening it right off the bat,
wow,
was amazing. And now I'm getting more of the
even goes with an Habano.
Yeah, that's what she says.
Right here.
she says pair it with bitter chocolate, with dark chocolate, with nuts. She gives you all the serving suggestions so that you can really, really enjoy all the nuances. And now that we've had it open up a little more, Alex, I get more of the wood notes on the nose, more of the caramel. There's a lot of layers going on this tequila. Probably, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, as far as Jovens go, because it's such a difficult expression to get correct.
I agree.
This is probably one of the finest Jovens I've ever had. If you're looking for a Cristalino, but you think that that's just a gimmick, where the wood coloring is filtered out, you know what? Go this route.
Like a maestro.
Try the Joven, because it's got more body, more of the nuances of the wood that you're looking for, and yet it's very agave forward. Wow! Now I'm getting all the wood notes. Now that it's opened up.
Very nice. Any chance knowing when it's going to be coming to the States?
I don't know. I have no idea. They just launched in December.
Wow.
So I first of all, I want to thank those folks who made that happen. The website, go check them out on Instagram. They have lovely pictures on Instagram. You'll see pictures of Ana Maria doing the launch. They did a launch at one of the haciendas in I want to say Guanajuato. But if you can read Spanish, you should read the story of the general behind the youngest brigadier general in Mexican military history, who was supposedly this brilliant strategist. He had like 40,000 men under his command. They were a militia. He turned them into an army. That's at 24. At 24. So, what do you think, Alex? Do you think we should go on a limb and do this?
Brand of Promise. Yes, do it.
Brand of Promise nominee.
Packaging, and as Joven.
Yep, and as a Joven. We don't see very many of these. There's a handful of them because it's just.
Remember the last time we even tasted a Joven.
Casa Noble. That's it, and that's probably not even on a sipping off the cuff. That's probably just you and me hanging out in the bar somewhere.
I have one of those old ceramic bottles. Joven. Yeah.
Joven, you better hang on to it because that's.
It's empty, but I still have the bottle.
It's a lovely nose. It's more complex than some of the Cristalinos that we have had on our sipping off the cuff, and it's Ana Maria Romero Mena who is brilliant. One of the and I when I communicated with them, I was telling them how jazzed that was because I believe this is the first time that she's actually made a tequila at 1414. And so there's this added plus being, the Mozart method. And I'm sure that the yeast that they use is proprietary, probably from the same plants. It's very similar to the way El Tesoro does theirs. And
what a great collaboration.
Yeah, I am. She should be very proud. This is really, and do what it says on the if you can read Spanish or if you can get it translated. And I'm sure the English version will have it. Let it sit. Let it open up for 15 minutes. Of course, they have nicer glassware in their picture. I like using these because they're more tool friendly for me anyway. But what do you think, Alex? Is this something that you would?
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
I can say
it is. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful example of a Joven.
Oh,
and
wow.
don't you can't go wrong with this.
No.
Don't mistake it though for a Blanco.
Yeah, don't. And again, you can see that it's a pale, very, very pale straw. This one is it's at 80 proof. Okay, so typically Mexican or European bottling is at much less, 38, 35. My suspicion is that they eventually plan to come into the United States. Again, thank you for Aficionado Gorostieta. Say that real fast 5 times. Find it, get it, ask for it.
Get it. Yes, definitely ask for it so they can bring it in for you.
Yeah, please do. That's our take on General Gorostieta. You have been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff. Go ahead, Alex. Send us home, man.
Watching Sipping Off the Cuff on TequilaAficionado.com. Thanks for watching. Let us know your opinion. Hopefully you have found it somewhere, or you have a strategy for getting it here. Let us know what you're doing.
Yeah, please do.
Let us know if you've had any other type of Jovens that you could recommend.
Yeah,
we can bring it on the show.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, sip wisely.